Jalaram Bapa was a 19th century Hindu saint from Gujarat who was widely worshipped in the region. He is typically depicted dressed in white attire, holding a stick in his left hand and a tulsi mala in his right. His simple dress symbolizes his purity. Jalaram Bapa was born on November 4th, 1799 in the town of Veerpur, Rajkot district, Gujarat to Pradhan Thakkar and Rajbai. From a young age, his pious mother influenced his spiritual life by serving sadhus and saints who came to their home by offering them food. Although he occasionally helped in his father's business, a young Jalaram showed little interest in it. At the age of 16, he married Veerbai, but he was not inclined to lead a conventional household life. Instead, he dedicated himself to serving sadhus and saints. Veerbai accepted her husband's ascetic lifestyle and joined him in feeding the poor. She also accompanied him on pilgrimages to various holy places. After returning from his pilgrimages, Jalaram Bapa became a disciple of the famous poet and philosopher Bhoja Bhagat. His guru bestowed upon him the Guru Mantra and a Japamala in the name of Lord Rama. By the blessings of his guru, Jalaram Bapa established Sadavrat, a feeding center for the needy, sadhus and saints. The couple farmed their own land and used their harvest not for profit but to provide food for traveling pilgrims. When their supplies ran low, Veerbai happily pawned her gold jewellery which had been given to her by her parents on their wedding day to ensure the feeding of visitors continued without any hindrance. As a result of their selfless actions, the fame of Jalaram Bapa grew in Veerpur town as a divine incarnation. Jalaram Bapa and Veerbai had a daughter named Jamna Ben, and her descendants continue to uphold his legacy by maintaining his revered shrine. In one incident, 4 Arabs employed by the Thakur of Rajkot requested a wage increase of 4 rupees a month. When the Thakur denied their request, the Arabs resigned and set off for Junagadh. On their way, they hunted a few birds and kept them in their shoulder bag. Upon reaching Veerpur, Jalaram Bapa invited them to have their meal before departing. When they mentioned they were Muslims, Jalaram Bapa reassured them that in the eyes of God there was no caste or creed and all were welcome. The Arabs agreed to eat in the temple but felt remorse for carrying the dead birds. Jalaram Bapa touched the bag and declared that the birds were suffocating. To their astonishment, when they opened the bag, they found the birds alive and set them free in a nearby tree. This miracle left the Arabs awestruck and they recognized they were in the presence of a divine figure. They requested Jalaram Bapa for jobs in Junagadh, to which he replied, "What is the need for a job in Junagadh? The Arabs serve only one master." At that moment, a camel driver sent by the Thakur of Rajkot arrived and took them with him, conveying that the Thakur had approved a wage increase of 7 rupees. On another occasion, a tailor named Haraji, suffering from a severe stomach ache, came to Jalaram Bapa for healing. Jalaram Bapa prayed to Lord Rama, and through divine grace, the tailor became miraculously cured. In 1822, the son of a wealthy Muslim merchant named Jamal fell gravely ill, and doctors had given up hope. Haraji, having previously experienced the healing powers of Jalaram Bapa, informed Jamal about him. Jamal prayed from his home, promising to donate 40 sacks of grain to Jalaram Bapa for the poor if his son recovered. Miraculously, his son instantly got cured, and Jamal fulfilled his prayer by bringing the promised load of grains to Jalaram Bapa. As the popularity of Jalaram Bapa grew, numerous devotees came to seek his blessings and relief from their afflictions. He fed everyone without regard to caste or religion, a tradition that continues in Veerpur. One day, God decided to test Jalaram Bapa's devotion and visited him disguised as an old saint. The Lord instructed Jalaram to send his wife Veerbai to serve him. After consulting her, Jalaram sent her along with the saint. However, after walking a short distance to a nearby forest, the saint asked Veerbai to wait for him and did not return. Instead, she heard a celestial voice stating that this was only a test of their hospitality. Before departing, the saint left a danda or staff and a joli or cloth bag with Veerbai. Following the divine instruction, Veerbai returned home to Jalaram with the sacred items. Devotees of Jalaram Bapa believe that if they earnestly pray to the saint, he blesses them and fulfills their wishes. Devotees refer to these experiences as parchas. Jalaram Bapa attained Samadhi in Veerpur on February 23, 1881 at the age of 81. The house where he lived has now become a shrine that houses his belongings. Additionally, there is a separate shrine for the deities Rama, Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuman, whom he worshipped, located within the temple. The danda and joli, which were gifted to him by the Lord, still exist to prove this event in Veerpur and are displayed in a glass case at the temple. Today, the Jalaram Bapa ashram in Veerpur serves food to thousands of pilgrims at a time, and the kitchen never runs out of supplies. His temples are present across India, with a colony named Jalaram Chowk in Mumbai dedicated to the saint. Beyond India, his temples are in East Africa, the United Kingdom, the USA, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.